is something outside of yourself that you think, well, when I get that, I'm going to be happy. And it does bring you happiness for a little while. You get a new car and you feel good about yourself and you're driving around in it. But then eventually, and in a relatively short space of time, that happiness that you derive from the car disappears. And I think it's one of those things about motivation that you have to really look at. What am I looking for out of life? We talked about this before in terms of not looking for motivation in a negative goal, but looking for motivation in a positive goal. So something that you're moving towards. And when we're looking at positive goals, there are intrinsic, the goals inside of yourself, motivations inside of yourself. You're trying to change something inside of yourself. You're trying to change thought patterns. You're trying to move towards. I was going to say move away from, but moving towards positivity is moving towards a goal of having better mental health, better self-awareness, better happiness, better contentment, and they're all linked to things outside of yourself. But you're working towards that thing inside of yourself, if you get what I mean. When your goal is to find something, and then you say, let's say that you're looking for either something from somebody else, acceptance, or something like that, or you're looking for a car or a house or a pen or whatever it is something outside of yourself that you think, well, when I get that, I'm going to be happy. And it does bring you happiness for a little while. You get a new car and you feel good about yourself and you're driving around in it. But then eventually, and in a relatively short space of time, that happiness that you derive from the car disappears, and you're on to the next thing. And it's always a race to wherever. You're never going to get there. These billionaires, you see them and they're always looking for more money. It's never enough. So I heard somebody recently talking about one of the politicians in America trying to get a super yacht, and she was a war hawk, and she didn't care about the people that got killed as long as she got what she was wanting, which was her super yacht. I'm not sure if that's true or what, I don't really know, but it's the same, I think, with power everywhere. But in general, what I'm talking about is if you can turn that around and you're looking for intrinsic motivation. So the intrinsic stuff is I'm looking to build happiness within myself. I'm looking to build a contented life, a simple life. You're far more likely to achieve it than aiming for the external factors. I think external stuff is always there. Having people on your side, having a nice house, having a bit of money in the bank, that always it adds to, or it's part of the whole creation of living a happy life, I think. But it's empty without the internal stuff. You get what I mean? So, all right, take care. Onwards and upwards.